If England was to go to war, would you fight for the country?
No.
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 You've got your citizenship, so you're
But
not.
I'm not fighting.
I have no ounce of patriotism in my body whatsoever.
Really?
No.
I just can't be bothered.
No, can't be bothered. Okay.
But also, we're all trans, so like that's a hot topic, isn't it?
How does being trans come into the conversation?
I think well, especially in America, they've just outlawed trans people joining the military. So I don't know what that situation means for us in the future, but I can't wear this to the bloody. Imagine me in the barracks, like, no, it's not happening.
The last thing I would want to do is represent England. There's not exactly much to be proud of.
The people,
right now.
yeah.
No, that's true. The culture,
people,
but like representing the government, not right now. There's nothing they've done that has like earned my respect enough to fight for our government.
I'm not from here, so I don't give a shit.
I find it rather odd. We have people that want government to do their thing for moral points, but they don't like the current government that is doing the thing that they really want. It's not like Republicans are in power. It's actually their side. And even then, they don't want to go to war. And the other immigrants that came, they don't want to fight either.
I'm not from here, so I don't give a shit.
And I'm just thinking, oh my god, the globalist strategy did work. Have a bunch of people that don't care about their country.
Bye, have a great time.
You know what, yeah, I'm not really one to come on here and start moaning, but you cannot tell me you can have anything nice in this country anymore. I've not been one to jump on a bandwagon and actually leave the UK and get out for good and all that, but last night again, for the how manyth time, my car has been unlocked overnight and robbed for thousands of pounds worth of stuff, and forgive me for leaving stuff in my fucking brand new BMW. Thousands of pounds worth of shit. And how long can this sort of shit go on for? You know what I mean? I've had to pay 200 quid fucking on Monday morning, 220, to fix my car at times people have crashed into me whilst I've been parked up on the road. This country is on its arse, it's a fucking sailing ship. And everyone who's promoting this, go to Dubai, go Thailand, they just leave the fucking UK, they're absolutely spot on. Why the fuck do you think how many thousand people from the UK are fucking residing in fucking Australia now? Or Southeast Asia, or going travelling, why it's the new trend, because it's a shithole. I swear to God, yeah, if you're not on this whole fucking jump out the UK vibe I am as of last night, I'm done with this fucking country. Get a star, honestly, scruffy little bastards.
It's never goodbye.
If I have to be honest, I don't understand why you want to leave the country when right now the country is actually pandering with laws to keep you there.
Turning to the new sentencing guidelines that's been published alongside this statement, which will make a custodial sentence less likely for, and I quote, ethnic minorities, cultural minorities, and faith minority communities. Why is the Justice Secretary enshrining this double standard, this two-tier approach to sentencing? This is an inversion of the rule of law. We on this side of the House believe in equality under the law. Why doesn't she?
If you're Christian, you're more likely to go simple. Just simple.
Oh no! We suck again!
I know I'm laughing now because it's not a laughing matter, but it's so comedically stupid that I would never predict this would be the new normal we would be living in. Because in all honesty, if you really liked England and you want the England that you want to like, you should stay there and fight for it just like the citizen did before.
I'll never let go. I promise.
Traitor!
So I guess that guy just forgot to take his no-no square training. Any country that's been invaded by South Asians know that it's just not really safe to go out to bars anymore. I mean, unless you want to get groped, stalked, harassed by international students, it's probably better to stay home, and it's also probably better to dress a little bit more modestly now that you have these guys roaming every single street. But seriously, what do you expect when you import millions of people from a country that has an actual rape culture? Not feminist rape culture like they say about America or whatever, but like an actual rape culture. It's gotten so bad that about 2 years ago in Vancouver, they literally had to put up signs in the bars telling people not to grope others or they would be receiving double the fine and be kicked out of Vancouver bars. I feel like if we have to put up signs to tell people not to grope women, maybe we just shouldn't be letting them into the country.
I just find it odd. You don't properly vet people, you don't educate them when they come into your country, but you want to educate them with gangster stuff. Don't do this at a bar. If you had to do that with your own citizen, you will call them
homophobic, racist, transphobic, and anti-woman.
But just because it's them, you don't want to say it. And so it seems just pointing that out, that should be enough.
My husband away. These are FBI agents who work for Border Patrol. Okay? I want everybody to know.
8 FBI agents surrounded us, and they said that they had a deportation order for my husband. They never showed me anything. They never showed my husband anything.
She says they've been married 2 decades, and he's lived in the United States 30 years.
I don't know what to do. My husband has lived in this country longer than he's lived in his own country. We have a family.
Did your husband have a criminal record?
My husband wasn't perfect. But whatever he did, he paid for it. And he had been here doing everything he had to do. We did our taxes.
California Councilwoman's illegal immigrant husband got arrested by federal agents in Walmart parking lot. Yadira Perez is distraught as her husband, Isidro Jimenez Ibanez, now faces deportation. Jimenez Ibanez has an extensive criminal record as reported by Newsweek and entered the country illegally from Mexico. I says the 51-year-old arrest was part of a targeted enforcement action. I mean, they did send 8 people. Jimenez Ibanez has an extensive criminal record, including being convicted of inflicting injury to a spouse, and assault with a deadly weapon. Oh my freaking God. You're a council person, married to that person, you had 30 years that he never fixed his status, did gangster crime, and now you're surprised he's going away to another country? Well, I can pity him. Oh my God, you live more in America than Mexico. But the fact that you did those stuff, wow.
It's total bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They are not making America safer again, and what they are doing is terrorizing immigrant families. That is what they are doing. Parents who are afraid to send their kids to school, parents who are afraid that they won't come home again, kids who are afraid to leave their houses, refugees who have waited for years to come into this country. And our mayors are sitting here enduring this ridiculous here.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people speak like this until something bad happened, and I don't wish bad things to happen to people so they have a coming to conscience. But I think that is why most people voted for Trump, because they don't want that to happen for your conscience to change. They prefer to make a decision so you can hate them.
It's total bullshit.
And you have the privilege to enjoy talking to them like that because they might have saved you from a DOI death, an injury from a spouse beating person, or somebody that might challenge you with a deadly weapon.
Okay, so the people who rule us from Brussels have officially lost their minds. Ursula von der Leyen, the head of the European Commission, has announced a new plan called Rearm Europe. And she now intends to send 800 billion euros to Ukraine.
What?
800 billion. It's very clear that after Zelensky visited the White House and basically got told by Donald Trump and JD Vance, hey buddy, you have too many men dying and we are going to stop being your piggy bank, so you better aim for a ceasefire, that now the European bureaucrats have decided they're gonna do the direct opposite of anything that Trump is proposing, and they are just doubling down. They're doubling down with money, they're doubling down with words, and soon I bet you they will be doubling down by saying, we're gonna send actual troops to the front. We're gonna send our men, our kids to die.
Not me. I saw Pedro Sanchez standing over there. I'm going to vote against him. My kids?
For you troops to the front. We're gonna send our men, our kids to die for Ukraine. Because the people who rule us don't give a flying about us. A rat's ass about us, let me put it that way. That's clear by the way that they've been ruling us for decades now. But these people are so insane that they're willing to risk World War III for their money laundering power grab. Because that's of course what this is. And we, the European people, what can we do about it? Ursula von der Leyen is an unelected bureaucrat. She's deciding to send that money by herself right now. 800 billion, I need to remind you. Friedrich Merz, the soon-to-be Chancellor of Germany, is now trying to push a law through very quickly before AfD takes their seats in parliament, because otherwise that law wouldn't pass, to get rid of the German Schuldenbremse, like the debt brake, essentially something that keeps the German government from overspending so they don't spiral into debt, in order to send more money to Ukraine, which otherwise would be illegal.
And remember, there's also the guy that says, we are going to keep the border safe. And the first day in power, I never said that. You liars! Hey man, these days you can trust nobody.
I rest my case. These people are dangerous fools. If they were just fools, that would be one thing, but these people are extremely dangerous. And this is going to cost more lives, first of all, more Ukrainian and Russian lives, and soon I'm sure also ours. Because apparently they've decided that the morally superior thing to do is to take anything that Trump does and do a 180 turn. They're doubling down. Whilst America is off to a great start, we're going down the deep end here.
And that is why I think there's going to be way more protests than before. Way more. Did you see what's happening in Romania? Yeah, it's going to happen with citizens everywhere.
Wahlen verlieren, dann Wahlen annullieren, anschließend Social Media zensieren und dann einen oppositionellen Fernsehsender abschalten. Wer sowas tut, der rettet nicht die Demokratie. Wer sowas tut, der schafft die Demokratie ab. Das ist das, was gerade in Rumänien passiert. Der größte Wahlskandal in der Geschichte der EU, unterstützt von Brüssel, verschwiegen von den Medien, einfach nur beschämend. Begründet wird dieser Wahlbetrug mit fremder Einmischung auf TikTok. Belege dafür, Fehlanzeige, nur vage Behauptungen. Die Rumänen sind ein stolzes Volk, die Rumänen sind ein kluges Volk. Aber man erklärt sie gerade zu infantilen Vollidioten ohne freien Wählerwillen, denen TikTok das Wahlrecht absaugt. Wir dürfen diesen Staatsstreich nicht hinnehmen, denn hier soll ein Präzedenzfall geschaffen werden. Jede Wahl mit unerwünschtem Wahlergebnis könnte künftig annulliert werden. Heute sind es die Rumänen, die ihrer Stimme beraubt werden. Morgen könnten wir es sein. Der Kampf der Rumänen für die Demokratie in ihrem Land ist daher auch der Kampf für Demokratie in ganz Europa. Wir stehen an ihrer Seite und wir stehen an der Seite ihres wahren Präsidenten Kalin Georgescu.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was an MEP, member of the European Parliament, a German one, that says, you know what, hey, Romania just won and you guys cancel it. Because you just said, hey, I think there's Russian collusion. That easy?
On voit qu'elles ont un peu sauté. Ah bah évidemment. Donc on est uniquement dans le poids de la parole. Attendons ce qui va se passer, et pour l'instant, gardons notre sang-froid et faisons appliquer nos lois en Europe lorsque celles-ci risquent d'être circonvenues et que elles peuvent, et si on ne les applique pas, conduire effectivement à des interférences. On l'a fait en Roumanie, il faudra évidemment le faire si c'est nécessaire en Allemagne.
As you can see, the former official Brenton admitted that Romania election was cancelled due to EU pressure.
We're gonna straighten you out!
This'll fix you!
Because maybe a party won that doesn't really want to support Ukraine.
I just want to be clear, you're saying that some European leaders and NATO officials came together to put pressure on the Romanian establishment to stop your campaign because they don't want peace.
Exactly. They need war. And they're looking only for war. The Constitutional Court of Romania, I want to be very clear from now, is a mafia court of Romania. Because they cannot accept, and 9 people, because the court is a function of 9 people, 9 people decide for 19 million of people. This is not accept. This does mean coup d'etat, made by the state, which is installed right now in power in Romania. But the power has only Romanian people and our soul. It's impossible to change this.
But if somebody won a vote and you cancel it, and so many citizens disagree with you and they're proud about their country and they don't want to fund a war, yeah, I find that rather suspicious. Why? Because it's not the first European country you've done this to. The EU is planning to take Hungary voting rights away because it's opposing aid for Ukraine. Recently, Hungary blocked a 21 billion aid package for Ukraine. In the EU, you are only allowed to vote as long as you vote for what Ursula wants. If democracy is cancelled in Romania and Hungary has to be forced to fight in a war, or he doesn't have the rights to vote, that's like an immigrant going illegal to another country and a right-winger tells him, you don't have the right to vote, go back to your country.
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the
United States of America needs to get the fuck out of NATO with the quickness, because this is going to start a world war. The UK does what they said, we're definitely going to have a world war. Because the UK said they're going to put boots on the ground and planes in the air. That means those are going to be NATO boots on the ground and NATO planes in the air. And if Russia unalives those NATO boots on the ground or shoots down those NATO planes in the air, which is absolutely going to fucking happen, the UK would call Article 5 immediately and we would have a world war. NATO is causing a world war. It seems like NATO wants a world war, and America needs to stay the fuck out of it. If NATO wants to go to war over a country that's not even part of our alliance, America has no fucking place in it. Because Russia didn't attack NATO. Russia attacked Ukraine, a non-NATO country. And while I don't think they should be invading any country, NATO has no fucking place in this. So if the UK wants to do this, they better do this as themselves, because this is not NATO's business. And America cannot allow itself to be drawn into a war that doesn't need to fucking happen. So with the UK announcing this, I hope Trump comes out tomorrow and announces our withdrawal from NATO. Because I was pretty fucking opposed to spending American money in Ukraine, but I'm 100% opposed to spending American lives. If Europe wants a war with Russia, they can fight it themselves.
But there's always somebody that wants to tweet, NATO has kept peace in Europe for 70 years. Leaving would only embolden actual aggressor and make the UK less secure. Let's focus on strengthening alliance and not destroying them.
Release the Kraken!
Kept peace? Except for Yugoslavia, Syria, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Yemen, Serbia. Yeah, totally peaceful. Amen.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, dur loqueta, verdetta, welcome.